Last week we came in here super excited because the Rascals had signed to AEW. This was something that a lot of us was, waiting for, anticipating to see what it was going to look like when they popped up on AEW TV and how Tony Khan was going to end up using them. The day after or 2 days after or whatever the fuck, I don't know what the fuck happened. All I know is these niggas signed and then they announced it on Dynamite. There was a bunch of love. It was a bunch of tweets and you feel me, all this celebration going out type shit. You feel me? And then next thing I know, there is a segment that's on Collision, and then there's word that comes out that Trey Miguel has been released from his AEW contract. What the fuck happened here? I was completely confused at this whole situation, but I saw the Rascals on Collision. We had Desmond Xavier, we had Zachary Wentz, we had Myron Reed. They all popped up. Myron Weed. They was on weed. You feel me? It was some real shit. You feel me? Going on. You feel me? They niggas popped up. You feel me? Walked out of the, you know what I'm saying? Had the fog machine going. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Build the ambiance. You know what I'm talking about? Build the ambiance. Make it look like it feel like something. You know what I'm talking about? But these niggas popped up. They did their whole thing. You feel me? Smoke them if you got them. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? The whole nine. And then Trey Miguel is released from his AEW deal. All this speculation coming out. Word comes down, I guess, earlier this week from Fightful Select that it was from up above, you feel me, in management, in hierarchy, you feel me? So it seems to have been something that came down from WBD. And maybe this is a same situation, or maybe even the same person or persons that made the Jay Briscoe call a few years back also made this same call with the Trey Miguel thing, given that there's some homophobic language slurs and things that he had said back in like 2020 or what have you on Facebook or social media or whatever it was. And now we are where we are, and it seems as if Trey Miguel is persona non grata in AEW at present moment. Who wants to chime in first? Thoughts, takeaways from this situation? Yeah, Gresh's already said his piece a bit, but Ben, CJ,
the internet is forever. Like, and I wish more people would understand that. Like, you could have your little stance now on something that you're like, yo, I want to die on this hill. Prepare to die on this hill in 3 years when you want to work at this location or you want this corporate job, because people are. It's not just like jobs in entertainment. You could get a job working as like a front office worker or whatever. They're gonna check your social media. They're gonna run that shit. So like, just be cautious of the fact the internet is forever. Like, this shit's gonna be here, dog.
Well, that's it. Man, that's the real thing. Like, man, I want to see you gotta watch what you say, but just like, hey man, if you want, if you want to say that, you know what I mean, then hey man, it's on. It's not on you, because there was like, yo, give me my privacy. So I was just like, yeah, all right, whatever. I mean, he don't want nobody in his business, and that's cool. But then it was like that. I was like, well, man, I mean, that's you wrote it. You know what I mean? If you wrote it, then it ain't going nowhere. So I don't know, man.
is there something to be said for growth and learning from mistakes
Of course,
and not being the same person you were 6 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
of course, man. I see Michael Vick go through this shit every single day of his life, and he just does, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always room for growth. It's just about what the company's willing to put up with. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think, like, it was like, yo, it's from 2000 and whatever. And I was just like, what, man? They couldn't let that, yo, but I see let some niggas run around with way worse shit. You know what I mean? But I guess, you know what I mean? I don't, like,
There's a video floating around of Excalibur saying the N word in a promo beside Kevin Steen at the time, Kevin Owens. Like, there are niggas over there that have done bad stuff. All like, I'm pretty sure like if they could figure out a way, they could get what's the dude name? Marty Skrull. If they could get him on the show, they do it. Like, niggas,
At the table?
niggas, yeah, like yo, like bro, but you gotta understand, like it's more than just like yo, your friends and your buddies you getting on. This is a company that is like on national television, that's connected to another company that has to answer to sponsors, that has to answer to like different groups of people. So like, yeah, growth is there, but sometimes like, yeah, you could have growth. You could like what CJ said with Michael Vick. Michael Vick joined however many dog organizations and donated money and time. That's the first thing they talk about whenever he does anything, man. Like whenever, like when he got that coaching role, it was like, yeah, about like the dog. They brought that up. That stuff's gonna follow you forever. And you can grow up and you can move on from it, but some people are still gonna associate you with it. And the best thing you could do is not let it hinder you and try to move on with your life and do the best that you can do and try to and do the best you can do by the people that you wrong too.
I feel you on that. Now, go ahead. What?
You want me to be cynical? Or AEW, you could just be a company and you be like, nigga, he here. Okay. You go watch or not.
I don't think they had that choice. I don't think Tony Khan had a choice in this matter at all. I don't think it was his decision. He signed Trey Miguel to a deal, and next thing you know, he wasn't signed. I don't think Tony Khan made this decision.
Because this is like the second time he wanted to sign him too.
I heard something in that regard. I don't know if that's confirmed. I think either like Brian Alvarez may have said something about like he had tried to pick up Trey Miguel like in the past and maybe was met with the same type of pushback. And maybe that was Trey Miguel on his own, somebody in the chat right now is bringing up a bunch of people in AEW that have their own issues. And I'm not going to read all these names. I'm going to be honest with you. But there are people in AEW that have their own problems. There are people in AEW that have their own issues. I will bring up one name. And that's just in regards to this whole thing happening right now. Gallus was backstage at AEW Dynamite this week. I think like 2 of the 3 of them niggas was, you feel me, brought up in the whole speaking out thing. You feel me? So it's like, what the fuck is going on with that? Like, how is that okay? How is that possible? You feel me? And then all those names that somebody mentioned here in the chat, I see that. You know what I'm saying? And then you bring up Gallus and it like, I don't want to do the race car thing, bro. But all these other people that are okay to get the pass, and then Trey Miguel is not okay to get the pass. I don't want to do that, but then I'm looking at it and I'm seeing it, but then I'm also seeing the same thing happen with Jay Briscoe.
Yeah, that was a big thing. They left them on Ring of Honor for the longest. Like he was like, yeah, I own this other space that you could be on. Like maybe you could do something with that, like that, and Ring of Honor kind of soft launch it and be like, yo, he's not like kind of like, test it out or something like that. But even that sounds kind of like icky to be like, yo, man, you see, we put this nigga on parole, have him over here. He does good for a little while, then we move him to the main show. Even that sounds kind of weird to do. So I mean, like, I don't know.
Hopefully there is like we said, hopefully there is something to be said for growth, something to be said for change. And I don't know, from all that I've seen, all the support from like fans and certain performers that have spoken up and said that they feel like he's a changed person. He's not that person that he was in that instance. I was completely surprised when I read those comments that Trey Miguel wrote. You feel me? Because quiet as kept. I thought Trey Miguel was one of them niggas. You feel me? So my bad, nigga.
My bad. I did too.
I don't mean to offend anybody. I don't mean to offend anybody, but shit, I seen this nigga hanging out with Giselle Shaw all the goddamn time. I didn't know that. I didn't know Scott D'Amore was the one that was. But anyways, so with that said, hey, listen. Hopefully there is something to be said for growth. Hopefully there is something to be said for change. If Trey Miguel is not that person that he was, or that person that made those comments, if he has grown from that space, then hopefully one day we see him on AEW TV. Hopefully one day this prophecy of seeing all 4 of the Rascals, being able to work and succeed together in the space in their chosen profession is something that happens. You feel me? But if that's not to be said and that's not in the cards, then like CJ said, sometimes it's just not. You feel me? It just can't happen.
Somebody gonna hire you, blood. Like somebody gonna hire you, man. Like
maybe TNA brings him back. I don't know.
This nigga's out there still working, Nigga wear heavy jackets.
CJ, I was wondering. I know. I was wondering why he didn't go to WWE the first time when you feel me when Zachary and Desmond went over there. You feel me? I don't know if this had something to do with that. I don't know if this had something to do with that, but I know TNA didn't let him go. You feel me? So it was just
like, bro, I don't think it had anything to do with that. Like we saw like his past and pastimes. I don't think WWE cares about a lot of that. Like, there's a lot of like guys over there too that said like wild shit, done a lot of wild shit.
Like niggas don't give a fuck about nothing over there, nigga. Like, yo, you should have been over here, nigga. Like, we would have let you go. Like some comments, man. Fuck them comments, nigga.
Like
we asked niggas to make some comments, nigga, yesterday, and we can't. Facts.
like if the stink wasn't on Tessa Blanchard as much as it is, and it's like a controversial hire, they would have hired her a long time ago. Like, they don't care about none of that shit. They're like, yo, man, how their thing is how many people know about it right now?
How many of these wrestlers that spoke out are still here? Because there might be some niggas that's still here. Nigga, let me just go put you somewhere else, nigga. Yeah. Like, yo, there's some niggas with some heavy jackets. Like I see some comments and shit. Like, and they're like, yo, you shouldn't have wrote it or whatever. But like, there should be somewhere for growth. Like, at some point, you feel me? Like, really? Like, how can we bring this out when I was everywhere else? Like, listen, man.
Salute to Trey Miguel. Hopefully, you feel me, if he has changed, you feel me, the company will be able to push that narrative or that message to who needs to hear it at WBD, and there's something that can be done. If not, then, it is what it is. What God has in store for you is what God has in store for you.